We're lost. We're out in the middle of nowhere. This is pure wilderness. We have the whole day ahead of us looking for Ice Age megafauna giants. This area can produce ground sloths, mastodons, mammoths, bisons, giant armadillos, glyptodons, any of those large megafauna species that went extinct 13,000 years ago. So I'm gonna put in as much work as possible to show you guys some of the cool animals that used to exist right here. It's been years since I've been able to get to a remote spot like this. There's been a lot of erosion, and I think that we're gonna find something incredible today. We still have a little hiking to do to get to our first spot, but I want you to enjoy this beautiful walk with me.
Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. You know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long. And now you're gone.
That is the first spot that we're gonna be checking out today. This looks okay, but I don't know. You never really know what you're gonna find out here. But we've got a whole day of adventuring to do, and I think we should get to it. Well, that's a pretty incredible way to start this trip. I was a little disappointed because I'm underweight. I finally got to the river and it's sandy and gross and so many traps. And I see a mastodon tooth already. What you're looking at is the M2, the second large molar to an American mastodon. Right now, only the profile of it is being shown. The rest is buried in the silt and sediment, so we're gonna work to uncover it. That's a freaking amazing tooth. Mastodons are among my favorite of Florida's extinct megafauna. Their teeth are characteristically unique in that they have an enamel cap like we do with fully defined roots. This is way different than other proboscideans like mammoths or elephants that have a flat grinding surface for grazing, and it's one of the characteristics that led to mastodons being recognized as an extinct animal. One last little fanning push. I think that's ours. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Wow. Just a quick break to let you know that today's video is sponsored by us. Most of the fossils that we find, like megalodon teeth or other shark teeth, have little to no scientific value, and if we don't want to keep them for ourselves, loan them, or donate them, we want to bring them to you. We have our own website, diggingscience.com, linked in the description below, and if you go to the website and use the code MASTODON, you can get 10% off of any fossil on the website until the end of December. Now, back to the video. I honestly did not expect the first spot for us to check today to have a mastodon tooth. I had to leave it there. We'll come back and get it, but we still have a long way to go, a lot more spots to check, and if we don't find too much more, or we've got enough where it's going to be hard to hike it out, we'll come back to that spot and definitely be more thorough, because if there's one mastodon tooth, you know, the animal died there. There should be more. But also, can we take a second to appreciate what we're walking through right here? Look at this. It's just a field of yellow flowers. Just everywhere. Look at this one right here. Oop. This is why I love doing what I do, and why I love spring out in these areas. This place is magical. We're gonna keep hiking, and we're gonna bring you more fossils. It's a little cold too. It'll warm up. It'll warm up. Okay, well, this spot looks like it could, potentially be good. I'm gonna go ahead and jump down before I slip. Young knees. Ooh. Oh, my knees are a bit older than I remember. But we're here. This spot seems to have dug a little bit deeper, and the bedrock, which is Miocene in this area, is exposed, but it's just dugong ribs so far. So I'll show you a pile of it, but it's just a big dugong graveyard. We're gonna probably get out of this spot soon and try to get back in the Ice Age material. It is kind of unique though, because I've been finding these interesting pieces of petrified coral, which are kind of rare, but I'll only know if they're pretty if we cut them one day. There's a piece right below me. That's a nice piece of coral. Well, that second spot looked really good. There was a lot of erosion, but just nothing really to show for it. Not a lot of Ice Age stuff. Weird little exposure of ocean bed though. We got this, where is it? Which side is it on? But I think right over here, big piece of coral right there, and some dugong rib. But that was about it. We're gonna move on, see if we can find some Pleistocene exposure maybe. And keep finding some bone. This is definitely the right material, and there's erosion. There's a lot of silt on stuff, but if there's anything big, we'll see it. Okay, well that is a gigantic fresh alligator poop, so maybe this isn't the best spot, but we've got to check it out. There's good material. Oh no, I really hope we don't run into this guy. That would not be a fun present for today. So that big old alligator poop we found right down in there reminded me of something interesting I actually learned recently about coprolites, which are fossil poop. You only find predator coprolites typically, with some exceptions, and that's because in predator coprolites, alligators, crocs, jaguars, they have a large amount of calcium because their prey items are animals, and bones have calcium. So that alligator poop is chilling in the river and not breaking down because the calcium is keeping it together. And so if it got buried, it would have a preservation bias and could mineralize. That's why we find a lot of alligator coprolite fossil poop in rivers. I thought that was really interesting. I'm glad we didn't run into the big mama or daddy that was in there, but it's a risk you gotta take when you go fossil hunting in Florida. And not too much longer, we're gonna be at a new spot. Just gotta find the river again. Okay, well this has been very unexpected. There's another one right below us, so we're gonna do the same thing we just did. Completely different Mastodon, different bed. That's really, really incredible.
like the other mastodon tooth, we want to be very careful when getting it out because those roots are ivory. So they're, 20,000 years old. And you'd be surprised at how easily they break. If you just popped that tooth out as it is, you'd probably break the roots or even peel the enamel. We're going to keep these underwater all day until I'm ready to hike them out too. We'll just come back to the spot, grab them, and that way they don't dehydrate too quickly. I'll have to take good care of these. Well, that was unexpected. That one was completely buried. Oh, too bad it's not whole, but we're in a good spot. Almost there.
It is always so cool to me to see a tooth like this still whole. I can't tell you how many bends I've been in only to see just fragmented pieces of mastodon ivory or teeth. The rivers are typically not very kind to these, and a single flood can easily destroy an incredible piece of history like this. So finding one whole is always so cool.
It's in there good. Oh wow, you can see the clay sticking to it. Holy crap. Oh yeah, that one's delicate. So delicate. I'm gonna put it back in the water. Oh my god. What a good day.
All it took was that little pocket to get exposed in those cypress roots, and then new material that I've never seen before. I'll hand fan for a little bit. I was surprised to see that chunk of mastodon tooth just pop out. Maybe the rest of it's there. Not a lot of area to check. I'll get it checked and then we'll move on and see if there's more to find. There's a lot left for today.
Well, I was hand fanning for any more mastodon, but I found something completely new. Holy hell. That's a very nice mammoth tooth. What a wild day. Oh yeah. and it keeps going. God, that's a cool mammoth too. Oh yeah, with the roots? Whoa! That's wicked. That is so wicked. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh. Oh boy. Alright, let's put you in a little hidey hole with the other teeth. I may have just found the rest of that partial mastodon tooth. Let's go see. Oh man, just a big chunk of a single hub. Oh, shame. That's pretty incredible. Any one of these teeth that I found so far today would have been a trip maker normally. Like, that's a fully rooted upper M2 from a mastodon. Look at that root. This is what was sticking up. You can see all the algae growing on it, and then all of the rest of that was buried. And then look at this guy. Mammoth teeth are cool, but you almost never find them rooted like that. Like, look at the roots. They're so fragile and delicate. It's the whole tooth too. You can tell by how thin the plates get up to the front, but that is an absolutely incredible one. And then it's hard to leave this spot. I tried as best I could to find the rest of this tooth. You can see that new piece right there that has no river staining, but somewhere in that bend over there is the rest of this tooth. But we gotta get moving on. We're at the point that I can't carry any more than what we've already found, so I think we might head back and go to the first spot while we still have daylight and see if there's any more of that original mastodon. We've already got 2 mastodon teeth, well, 2.5 mastodon teeth, and a mammoth tooth. So if we don't find anything the rest of the day, I think we can confidently say it's been pretty good. This is kind of cool. Look at the wild citrus. They're probably sour. These ones above me were definitely transported by birds at one point, and they're growing wild now. They're, I guess you technically would be invasive, but they're not noxious. They don't outcompete native species. So it's funny, you come across like these wild grows every now and then in Florida. I really want to taste one though. I really want to taste one. Yeah, I managed to get one down. I'm gonna take a bite out of it. Bit in. Oh my god, my throat, I bit into it. Take the peel off. And it is so sour. I'm gonna take an actual bite out of it though. Okay. You're not gonna find that at your farmer's market.
anytime soon. Woo! I'm awake though. I'm awake. Man, some of the trees out here in these spots are so gnarly. Like this is a cool area, and I'm glad I get to share it with some people. And really, it's one of the reasons why I do this, is just to be out here in an area you don't normally get to experience. There's not a lot of people that have ever been out here, and I don't know, it's a happy place for sure. A very peaceful, beautiful, and cool part of Florida. But we gotta get rolling, we gotta get hiking. It's still a really beautiful day. I'm gonna have to hike all this stuff out at the end of the day. We've got 2.5 mastodon teeth and a full mammoth tooth. That might be a little difficult, and if we find more, that might be a lot of difficult. So stand by.
There's more underneath that. I was doing a little hand fanning, and there's more underneath that tooth. Oh, that's a whole other tooth. Whew.
Okay, so here are where things start to get a little interesting. We're working on uncovering this mastodon tooth right here, and I noticed that that is the corner, the bottom of another root to another mastodon tooth, and right to the left of it, that's bone. So there is a lot more here than I think I would have ever expected.
I think we got a chunk of jaw. I think we have a chunk of jaw. I'll have to do some more fanning, but I think that's what we got. Yeah, I did a more hand fanning underneath where that tooth came from. And it's a jaw, it's in pieces, but I think most of it's gonna be there, and these teeth will fit in. Let me show you what I can see of it now, and there's definitely another tooth underneath there too. I've got my work cut out for me, but those are definitely pieces of the jaw. More chunks of jaw and another tooth. I think most of the jaw is going to be here. The teeth are intact. This will be my first actually complete jaw, if it all stays together and we can piece it together. So that'll be really interesting to see if it is. But I can see sockets, I see teeth, and I see the symphysis, which normally means that the other side's going to get connected. We'll see how much is there. Oh boy. I've got the 3 new teeth and most of the jaw exposed. I'm going to show you what they look like in situ, along with the first tooth I found that was sitting right on top, and then I'm gonna call Joe and see what he thinks. crazy. Let's go call Joe.
Hello?
I wish you could see what it looks like underwater in this small bend right now.
Why? What do you find?
I've got all 4 teeth from the lower jaw, and it looks like most of a lower jaw just chilling there.
Huh.
Yep.
Most of it, like, it's in pieces, or?
It's in pieces, but not many pieces.
Oh, cool. Mastodon?
Yeah, Mastodon.
This is up above.
Well, I can't tell you where it is because I'm filming right now your reaction, so I don't want everybody to know where I found these.
Oh, but that's where it is, right?
Yeah, that's where it is. And
This is from where you found the maxilla?
yeah. I always thought the jaw
Okay,
would
so
be
that
there.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's there.
it's there.
Yep. That's cool.
Yep, I'll send you, well, you'll see it tonight because I'll swing by to drop off my vote.
Alright, I gotta go.
Alright, see you, man.
Well, that's a little wild. Just got off the phone, went back to fanning these up. It looks like this mastodon was also friends with the mammoth because I just fanned up part of a mammoth tooth, and maybe the whole thing's there. We'll see. Let's find out. I'm starting to get tired. But we have another mammoth tooth. Wow. Whoo, dog. Just when I think I found everything, I thought it was just a log, but oh, God, this is exhausting. I think what the jaw section we've already seen is the right jaw. This is either the left jaw or it's associated with the mammoth. So we'll have to see if the sockets are empty, and well, if it's a mammoth socket, it'll just be one long socket. If it's mastodon, you'll have like more like our jaws, rooted teeth. So let's see. Let me show you what it is, and then I gotta spend some more time hand fanning. That's so cool. Okay, I've got most of everything exposed now, including that section of mastodon jaw. Ooh, I'm getting a cramp. I won't know if that mastodon jaw section is actually mastodon until I flip it, but I think it's going to be mastodon. But this is the last video I'm going to take before I start taking individual chunks of bone and teeth out.
It is honestly incredibly impressive the level of preservation of these fossils, and that's especially considering the fact that these aren't even in their original depositional environment. The small bits of rock that you see around these different teeth and bones are actually marine phosphates. So these teeth from the mastodon and the mammoth were originally eroded and redeposited with the underlying phosphates, and then probably quickly buried after, and that could have been thousands of years ago that these teeth were eroded out of their original deposition and then redeposited in this secondary deposition. And this is likely the first time since then that they've been exposed. That first tooth that we found was just lying on the surface, exposed from that secondary deposition. And if we hadn't found it, all of this stuff that you see right next to me right now would have probably been fully eroded and possibly completely destroyed by the next flood season. So the fact that we found it just in time really highlights how rare and unique and cool this find is.
The first big section of jaw is loose. It's time to flip it. all coming out without breaking apart, but this is so cool. I've got the Mastodon Mammoth tooth fully exposed, and they're just a couple inches away from each other. They've been like that for years at least, which is just so cool to think. Let's take a look at them. So cool. Like they're on display almost. I gotta tell you that. Nature really does make the best displays. It's so therapeutic just to be out here, explore it and find something like this. But let's get those two teeth out. It's gonna... Ooh, that is like white. That's nice. So delicate though. Oh, talk about a perfect tooth. Holy smokes. That is nice. Let's put it back underwater. Stuff's like consolidated. It's probably what preserved it. It's like sandstone almost. So really good preservational environment, which also doesn't mean necessarily that the teeth are well mineralized, but means that they've been stable for, well, since the day they got deposited. Oh, another rooted mammoth tooth. Look at that. Holy smokes. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, trying to be careful with it. Wow. We got that last piece pedestaled, and I'm gonna take it out. Oh man, that's all of it from today. That's most of the jaw. Mammoth tooth, mastodon teeth from a different individual. And then there are the teeth from the lower jaw. And now it's my job to get all this out of here. This is so unbelievably freaking cool. That's my favorite. Fully rooted. Oh, you don't find them with that kind of quality unless, like we saw, they're coming out of the jaw. Another one,
another one. Mammoth teeth. The jaw section's over there. Let's pack up, get out of here. When I'm carrying nice fossils, these things are like the bane of my existence. I can't tell you how many times I've stubbed my toes on these new metaphors, cypress knees. They are everywhere in these swampy rivers. Okay, I am starting to get exhausted. I'm on my last trip back walking to get the last of those teeth and then I guess we can get out of here. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little brain dead, a little tired. A lot of times when you find something really cool like we did today, my first thought is amazement, and the second thought is just dread, because I know it's gonna be a long time getting it out, but we're almost done. We're almost done. All right, now there's just one final leg of the journey all the way home. That is wild. Well, we're on the road. Everything's loaded up. It's pretty exciting, honestly. The whole jaw, I'm pretty sure we've got like 75% of it. We don't have the condyles where we're connected to the skull. And then for some reason, a lot of the inside of the jaw is broken. But from those 4 pieces, you've got almost the whole thing from the chin all the way back. And then almost all of the teeth. So I'm going to work on stabilizing these teeth and we'll see how it all turns out. If you have made it to this point in the video with me, I sincerely want to say thank you. We're going to be uploading a new video soon detailing exactly what's going to happen next with our mastodon jaw. The first step being is that we need to report it to the Florida Museum of Natural History, who oversee the Florida Fossil Permit Program. That program allows individuals like myself to contribute to citizen science and allows us to go out and uncover these really incredible fossils before hurricanes and other events or just normal erosion destroys them. If the museum thinks that my find is scientifically important, I may be asked to donate it. If they don't want me to donate it, they still may want to digitize it, and they'll have a record of exactly where I managed to find it. If they do let me keep it, I may be able to use it in education, or I could loan it to several different small museums that I have fossils on loan with already. But there's going to be a whole process we're going to need to go through before it is in a position to handle or move it. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to support us, we do have a Patreon that we're trying to grow. And if you guys don't want to join the Patreon or support us by buying any fossils, but you have the means to do so, I would really recommend donating directly to the Florida Vertebrate Paleontology Department at the museum. They're the ones that oversee the program, and they have some legacy issues when it comes to funding. So any donations directly to them will go to employee salaries and help them to be able to catalog, document, and store fossils that they acquire through the program and other means. And there's one last disclaimer I'd like to say. I am not directly affiliated with the museum except through the Florida Fossil Permit Program, and the museum did not ask me to solicit donations on their behalf. So links for all of that will be in the description below, as well as in a pinned comment in the comments section. And I think that's gonna do it for today. So as always, keep on digging science.